Hey everybody, Happy New Year. From Mimi and I, I'm Mark Comfort, and Mimi and I own Cruise Holidays and Comfort Tours. And on behalf of all of us here at Cruise Holidays and Comfort Tours, Happy New Year. It, I want to give you a little recap for those of you maybe that did not hear this before, but we are just so proud and so thankful for your business and your referrals that 2022 was our second best year ever in our 34 years in this wonderful vacation business. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your business and for your referrals. There were three trends. Gosh, I could go on with a number of trends that were very, very important that we saw in 2022 that will carry into 2023. And honestly, that one of the trends is there's a noticeable increase in business of people who have not done business with us ever before, almost 30%. Now, what does that tell you? It tells me that our value for the professional services, the knowledge of the industry, our counsel, our advice, our buying power, honestly, is never been more known or valuable or appreciated than it is right now. There's been so much risk over the last few years on what on earth is going to happen or what's going on with policies all over the world, whether they're COVID policies, vaccination policies, all of these things. Visas are still a question everybody's asking on international travel. But man, international travel is back. Our value is here, and we are wanting to do business with you. And we appreciate your business. We appreciate your referrals. Okay, I do want to say this. The second trend that we're seeing a lot, the hosted groups that we have done the last 2 years, but especially last year, 2022, were tremendously popular, more so than ever before. And I think that's very evident. There's a lot less risk. There's more security when there's a host like myself or Mimi and I that are going to be hosting this Tulip Time river cruise that we're going to talk to you about today. But the other thing that people find out when they do these things is that they make friends, and in many cases they make lifetime friends, and they, people that travel together are like-minded for the most part, right? So that has been a beautiful blessing I have seen over the years, is how many friendships have been made on these hosted groups. So all of this is positive. All of this is very, very positive. So we're going to go into a lot of things, but one of the things I do want you to know is we have a, I think we have close to 6 or 7 hosted trips in the year of 2023. And please, at any time, go to our website, cruiseholidayskc.com, go to our events calendar, and you can see all of the hosted trips we're doing. Actually, that'll be under our group calendar. You can go to our event calendar in our website, and I will be doing webinars just like this on each one of the hosted groups that we are doing, and I'll be doing those in the next couple weeks, each one of those individually, okay? So let's get into this one. Mimi and I have been in the Netherlands and Amsterdam, in that area, many, many times, but we've never been in there around the time where the tulips are blooming in such record numbers. Keukenhof Gardens, 7 million tulip bulbs. Wait till you see some of the things that we will be seeing, and hopefully you'll be seeing. We're inviting you to join us, by the way, of course, on this trip, end of April 27th through May 4th, perfect time to be over in that part of the world before it gets crazy busy in the summer months. Now, the Floralia is going on still over there. You'll see some of this. We are going with AmaWaterways on their brand new ship, the AmaMora, which architecturally is the same ship as a couple of their others, like the Ama Cristina, which 3 years ago, was voted the #1 river cruise ship in the world. So the ship itself, you're going to like the ship very, very well. And if you never river cruised, you're going to love the river cruise experience. It literally, river cruising has become my favorite way and my wife Mimi's favorite way of vacationing. It's just so easy. It's basically all inclusive, you know, your tours, and many times you have 6 to 8 different tour options a day to go on at each port that we stop. Most wine and beer are included at lunch and dinner, as well as champagne. The spirits are extra, but almost everything else is included, okay? So, and we can help you with everything. We can help you with the 2-night pre-package that will be in Amsterdam. And if you want to do something else different than what Ama is doing for a pre-package or post-package, we can help you with that too. So let's go ahead and go through it. For those of you that have river cruised, you know this, but one of my favorite parts about this is they divide the ship, and the ships are small, 164 people this ship is. And they divide that into anywhere from 4 to 6 different groups, okay, doing different tours or doing the same tour, just divided up into small groups. And I really like that. Each guide has, they connect to an audio vox. The audio vox goes into your ears, and you can, it's got an earbuds, and you can hear the guide even if the guide is not real near you. I always like it because if the guide starts crackling up her, you know, in her talk or his talk, that means you better catch up to the guide. Hey, and look at this. Not only are they small groups, but there are group tours for gentle walkers, people that are a little slower and want to go slower. There are active group tour options for you if you're more active, including hiking and biking. Maybe walking or hiking up to a castle or something. So anyway, just going through this. The other thing I love about Ama, they just deliver the greatest satisfaction for your dollar. We have found we sell a lot of Viking, we sell a lot of Avalon, we sell a lot of Uniworld, we sell a lot of Talk and all the other river cruise lines, but we sell more of AmaWaterways because we think they deliver you the highest satisfaction for your vacation dollar. I do almost all of my hosted groups on AmaWaterways. One of the things they've just added in the last couple of years is a wellness program. So they have wellness instructors on board, and they do things like this right here, yoga or stretching. They do, gosh, walking, you know, around the upper deck of the ship. They do all sorts of exercises, lots of stretching exercises, and they make it fun. Okay, they have some dancing, you know, dance exercises. Here's the other thing I love about AmaWaterways. Everybody, when they go on vacation, especially on any kind of a cruise, ocean or river cruise, you want good food, right? You want a lot of options for food. AmaWaterways, in my opinion, has the best food in the river cruise industry, and they have won all sorts of awards. I always butcher this name, but the Champ de Rotisserie, oldest culinary organization in the world out of France. AmaWaterways is the only river cruise line that has been awarded their induction into that incredibly important organization. That just tells you, I mean, people don't win that award unless they've earned it, and they really do. And by the way, hey, if you're gluten-free or you have any kind of health issues, this Ama is so good at being helpful to get you the kind of food and nutrition you want. Gluten intolerance is a big deal right now, and they do tremendous job. I've watched this with a lot of my clients who are gluten intolerant, and Ama does a great job with those issues, okay, any kind of health issues. Usually on every river cruise ship, there is one main dining that breakfast, lunch, and dinner are served in. On AmaWaterways and on this AmaMora, there is a private dining room called the chef's table, and we will make sure we will all go as a group to the chef's table. And by the way, they don't reserve chef's table for clients, but they do for us, for you. So this is always one of the highlights. Okay. If you've never river cruised, I just love this picture. I had Nicole Busenbark, who runs our website and social media, puts all these presentations together. I had her pick this one because I think it does the best job of showing the kind of experience that you will see almost everywhere we will go. There will be that gorgeous river cruise vessel. As you see, it's basically 3 decks above water level. And then the top deck, they call that the sun deck. You'll see scenery like this with the little villages. I personally, and most people do, you've heard of Amsterdam and you've heard some of the places like Bruges and maybe Ghent or Brussels, but it's the little villages that you've never heard ever before that you will probably find the most enjoyable. At least I do, but most everybody does too. I love this picture right here because you see all the hills that are on both sides of the river in most areas. And a lot of times you will see castles, fortresses, things like this that you see in that picture. Just gorgeous. And we'll be there at a really pretty time of the year. Weather will be good too. Could be a little rain, you never know, like anywhere, so you prepare for that. But the weather will be good. It'll be in the 60s, 50s, 60s. There's all sorts of suites and stateroom opportunities. One of the services we give you, first of all, we find out what's available. Believe it or not, these tulip time trips that are in spring, April and May go very, very fast. They're very popular on this. Actually, this ship was sold out. And then apparently somebody else that had a group on the ship released, I think it was about 10 rooms. We grabbed them, so we've got extra rooms to show and share with you, but we'll go through what's available on the ship for you and the costs. Okay, so here it is again, April 27th through May 4th. We'll start in Amsterdam, like I said before, and if you want to come in early, and I strongly recommend you come in at least one day. But gosh, you cannot miss this great city of Amsterdam, so I'd come in and do the AmaWaterways pre-package, which is a fabulous city center hotel that is walking distance or canal distance to almost anywhere in Amsterdam. Okay, but the highlight of the early part of the trip will be the tulips. And I love this picture right here in Hoorn, where they show all the different kinds of tulips and the colors. And I got to tell you, I'm not really into flowers, and my wife isn't either, but she has been there before, close to tulip time. I think it was late May, and she said they were absolutely spectacular. Kim North in our office, one of our advisors, has done this trip 3 times, and she said it's her favorite itinerary by far because of how beautiful and all of the, I mean, it's just mind-boggling, the tulips that you'll see all over. But even then, it's the history of this area that's special. Part of what I love ancient history. So this area that we'll go to has not only ancient history, but it's got a lot of modern history too. You'll hear about this a little later. I've really gotten into the last several years a lot of the World War II battles that were so important to the Allies beating the Germans in this part of the world. And Belgium, there are a lot of wars in that area. Battle of the Bulge is a big one that most people have heard about. You've seen several of the movies over the last few years that have been all about that. And you're going to hear a lot more about all of these World War II battles in the next year and a half, because in June of 2023, it'll be the 79th anniversary of D-Day in Normandy. We will not be on that river. I did that last year. I am looking to go to D-Day in Normandy, June 6th of 2024. When it will be the 80th anniversary. But one of the highlights, talk about history, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, most of the country of the Netherlands, but most certainly Amsterdam and the area around it, are basically underwater. So those brilliant Dutch people have had to figure out how to control the water levels so they don't flood. And this Delta Works is one of the biggest water control dams in the world, and we'll get to stop there. And if this is your thing, you'll get to go there. If you want to do something different, you have the option of going to somewhere different. When we get into Belgium, I just love these little towns. I think this is a great picture of the canals. So we all know Amsterdam has a lot of canals, but we probably don't realize lots of other places in the nearby areas, and I'm talking about 100 to 150 miles from Amsterdam, are very accessible by canals. And it doesn't make it just as charming, isn't it? Absolutely charming. Ghent, I remember Kim North telling me this was her favorite city. And there's so much in Belgium for us to see and enjoy. And more so than the history, or maybe not more so, but also is the Belgian chocolates. And going to one of the workshops, Kim did that. And she said, of course, you had your choice of adult beverages to make sure this tasted even better. But she said there's nothing like Belgian chocolate. And any of you that have ever had Belgian chocolate, you know what we're talking about. Again, my interest in World War II history, there's so much here in Belgium, and there will be options for us to go on tours and learn about some of the World War II history that happened in this area. Gosh, if you've not been to Normandy, I really recommend it. This, I'm hoping, will be every bit as impressive as what you would see when you're at Omaha Beach or in Normandy at the American French Cemetery. Okay, Bruges, again, gorgeous, antique, old, medieval type city. So much to see. The Church of the Lady. As you probably know, if you've traveled to Europe at all, most of these towns you will find, the bigger the town, usually the bigger the cathedral or the church. And they are, I mean, I've seen I don't know, probably 500 churches, 800 churches, and they're all just incredibly fascinating how they could build something like that when they built it, how long it took to build them, and how incredible the structures are even today. Okay, Antwerp is another very, very popular city in Belgium that I think we'll all be happy to learn more about. And that's what I just love about this, about traveling the world. You learn so much about the areas you go to, so much the guides that AMA uses, regardless of which tour it is, will be experts in that field. For example, when we do go to places like the flower shows, the tulip fields, our guides will be experts in what we're going to see and what we're going to learn. When we go to the historical tours, the guides will be experts in the history of that. And then the biggest thing that's happening right now that everybody loves, all the cruise lines, but AMA's done a great job of it, are introducing a cultural component to these tours. And I like that. I think most all of us want to learn about the culture of where we are traveling to. Okay, again, talking about the culture, guess what? Chocolates are not the only thing that's fabulous in Belgium. Beer, you know, if you follow beer at all, beer is one of the, I mean, Belgium's one of the biggest beer producing countries and drinking countries in the world. And did you know they specialize in waffles? So we'll diet before we go, we'll diet when we get home, and we'll enjoy everything while we are there. Chocolates, beer, and waffles. How could anything be any better, right? Oh my gosh. You know, we've been in the ocean cruise industry for such a long time, and I don't know if you've ever put two and two together, but all of the Holland America ocean cruise ships are named after cities in Holland, in the Netherlands, like the Rotterdam. Rotterdam, this is a very, all of the cities, by the way, that you will see like Rotterdam and that we will see have an old city as well as a new city too. And by the way, we'll have to be a little careful with the Netherlands not winning the World Cup. They really thought they were going to win the soccer World Cup. It didn't happen. They got beat. Hey, here we go. Rotterdam, Delft, all these little old, you see the windmill in back there, all these little canal type streets. Gosh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. This is going to be a great, great itinerary. Here's a place, Kinderdijk, that all of our clients that we send on these river cruises to this area always talk about Kinderdijk, and usually it's about the gardens, the flowers, especially the tulips. And the highlight of this will be Keukenhof Gardens, which is kind of part of Kinderdijk and part of like a suburb of Amsterdam, let's call it that. but look at the flowers, look at the colors, and everybody upon everybody says pictures just don't do it justice. I believe that's true. We will also have a canal cruise in Amsterdam included in our trip. So that to me is a must. Many of you, if you are going to go with Mimi and I on this and going to like the Anne Frank house, you might want to get tickets in advance for that. We're working on that right now. Mimi and I are personally, because we've been there so many times, we forget to get tickets. We get there and you can never get in. And then there's some of the best museums in the world in Amsterdam, like the Rijksmuseum, okay, that you get a chance to go to. So let's just talk about options here. The category E and D are the two categories that are on the third level down from the top of the ship. They will always be the most inexpensive, from $3,528. By the way, this is the other thing that's great about this, because this is prime time for this area of Northern Europe. So going on a river cruise to this part of the world where the ship is your hotel for 7 nights, 8 days, these are tremendous values, by the way. And we do what's called a partial charter, where we take, I think in this case, we took about 25% of the ship. We bought that many cabins for you to join us, and we got a discount for doing that. That always is nice. And then to get up to the category CB, where you get a French balcony. French balcony just means the windows open from side to side, ceiling to floor, but there's no outdoor balcony to it. Category BB or BA, cello deck is the middle deck, by the way, and violin deck is the top. And they do have an outside balcony as well as a French balcony. They call it a double balcony on this ship. Prices are per person. They're based on double occupancy, and the deposit is $1,500, but pretty much it's going to be full payment coming up here real quick. So if you're interested, I'd say call us today. Let us review the options for you. But do understand that is also about 90–95% of what you'll pay, okay, for the total cost of the trip, outside of your air and your travel insurance. And we will help you get air. Many people have points nowadays. If you have points, we'll give you the criteria you need as to when and where to fly into and when and where to fly home from. And if you want to do a pre and post cruise hotel package, we can help you with that too. Okay, so I would like to say thank you all very much for your business. Thank you very much for your referrals. We live on referrals, and right now there's a lot of people that are not in the business anymore that were in the business before 2020. So please, if you have friends, family, neighbors, work cohorts, or whomever, let them know about us. If you hear them talking about going on a kind of vacation that we specialize in, we continue to grow. We've bounced back tremendously well. Like I've said, 20 and 21 were terrible years, as you can imagine, in our industry. And we did a gigantic amount of all-inclusive business, resorts in Mexico, Jamaica, Dominican Republic under our Comfort Tours brand. But ocean cruises and river cruises were pretty much halted for a year and a half at least. But they're coming back incredibly strong now, my gosh. And we'll talk to you all about the COVID policies or the vaccine policies that AMA has and that the Netherlands and Belgium have, as well as airlines, things like that. So pretty much you're able to go on a vacation like this to countries like this whether you're vaccinated or not in 2023, thank goodness. But we'll review all of that with you, and we do recommend travel insurance quite well. This, by the way, if I can brag just a second, not only is the middle picture our staff, picture on the left is Mimi and I with our son Spencer and our daughter Andrea. Picture on the far right is Mimi and I out at Copper Mountain, Colorado, where we have our favorite place to go in the United States, the Comfort Condo in Copper Mountain, Colorado, up by Vail and Breckenridge. And most importantly, our two grandkids, our favorite grandson, Xavi Cruz Martinez, and our favorite granddaughter, oh, she a handful, Ariella Marie Martinez. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for listening. Tell you what, this Tulip Time river cruise will be a vacation of a lifetime, and I so strongly recommend. Traveling with us is a lot of fun. Mimi and I, it's so nice for us when we have a chance to get away where we relax, we get in vacation mode, we get to know you more. You most certainly will get to know us a lot better, and we value those relationships, and we value the memories that we will share together. So again, if you're interested, give us a call at 816-505-1500, 505-1500, or you can go online too if you want to find out more about it. In fact, the brochure or the flyers that we have are on our website, cruiseholidayskc.com/groups. When you get to the groups, just look for the Tulip Time and Belgium cruise, river cruise that we have going on. And then, by the way, we will be doing, the next, holy cow, let's see if I can find it, in the next few weeks. I will be doing, gosh, we've got a Grand Prix in Italian and a French Riviera in May with one of the best deals I've ever seen. That webinar will be on January 9th at 5 o'clock. I will be doing a webinar on the 17th of January on this new Atlas Ocean voyages going to the Arctic from Norway and Oslo specifically up to Svalbard, which is, wow, way, way, way above the Arctic Circle, for 3 nights, 4 days there. Then going to Greenland, 3 nights, 4 days, then going to Iceland and fly for 3 nights, 4 days, flying home from Reykjavik. And then on the 24th of January, we'll be doing another river cruise on the Christmas markets, where we will have a hostesses, Lynette and Andrea, doing that one. Okay, everybody, hey, thanks so very, very much. We appreciate your business. We appreciate it so very much, and we appreciate your referrals. Thanks for joining me today. Take care, and we hope to see you in April, late April, with us in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and Belgium on the Tulip Time and Belgium River Cruise. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.